slightly, and then we begin. Okay, so we stand with our feet at shoulder width apart, a nice generous open stance, with the knees a little bit bent, the back is nice and straight, top of the head pushing up to the heavens, tailbone pushing down to the earth, so we have a nice long straight spine, and then the arms hang down by the sides. And we're just going to turn from the waist. So the belly is the key part of this. Behind the belly button, deep inside, is where our lower energy field is, and we just turn gently, look back over the shoulder, see how the spine feels. Do the same on the other side, turn back, see how the spine feels. Okay, do that a couple of times. And then we can release the spine and just allow the body to turn naturally. So as the body turns naturally, we open up the palms, we tap onto the side of the body. We can feel the wrists just tapping at the base of our kidneys, our forearms thumping onto our spleen and our liver. Just let this vibration drum through the body. So we've been doing the Ming Jue meditation for the last 3 weeks, and we're going to do one more version of it today, and then we'll move on to something else next week. Not quite sure what. The issue with the Ming Jue meditation is that the vocal hasn't been working very well, I've noticed on the recordings. So when I say shoo, the microphone cuts me out because it thinks it's some sort of echo or vibration in the background. And so I've changed a setting on the microphone today, and I'm hoping that it'll come out more clearly, that we'll be able to follow along with the tones much more easily as well. So we'll see. Hopefully it works. So yes, the Ming Jue meditation, nice kind of concept, this idea that we have to still our mind and we have to seek for the moment before the mind wants to, well, in our case, make a tone such as shoo. And so there's this moment of arising from the silence when it feels right to make the shoo tone, or the shenji tone, which is where we start. We say shenji, and so hopefully you'll be able to pick up those tones more easily. But the idea is that it's like an ocean wave, and there are so many beautiful analogies around ocean waves. I think one of them comes from a poem by the Persian poet Rumi, and he talks about a wave and the wave building up and the sea spray, the kind of froth and bubbles that come up from a wave. And in his analogy, he's using that to say consciousness is like that. Consciousness is like a vast wave, and that the little bubbles that splash out at the top are you. And for a moment, you're suspended above the wave, and you're having this extraordinary life that we're sharing together today. And then after that, you return back to the wave and back to the ocean to be another spume, another little bubble of water sprayed out at some other place and some other time. But also, there's this wave analogy that we've been using in Ming Jue. And the idea is the wave building up in its power, building up in its strength, till eventually you find it impossible not to say shoo when you're doing your meditation. And sometimes that can be, every breath, every 30 seconds, every 60 seconds. Sometimes it can be every 5-10 minutes, depending on how deep you are in your meditation. When we're practicing together, we keep it short. So we do it on every breath, more or less, and sometimes every 2 breaths, depending on how still everything is feeling. but still there's this poignant, powerful moment that we can feel that builds up as we wait for the full power of Shu to arrive. And so you'll experience it during this meditation, and this is what we're looking for, is this moment before we're required to do something, this moment of incredible stillness and depth, this moment of extraordinary power before the next cycle begins. And it's when this wave is slowly building that we have this potential to heal ourselves. And in fact, when we do the Ming Jue meditation, we also send out this healing moment to other people as well. So we always start with ourselves first, and then we move on to healing others. So we'll have that opportunity to do that in this meditation today. So we feel this building, this perfect clarity moment, this perfect moment of being steady, of being present. And in this present moment, we can allow healing to flood through our body. We can allow ourselves to be emitting healing like a beacon, sending healing to whoever or wherever is required. So we understand that the left logical side of the brain can really take us away on flights of fancy. Our brain can really get us involved in all sorts of things we don't need to be involved in. But when we come to this Ming Jue state, we're in this really still, empty place. The mind is completely switched off, and we're just able to be in the present moment. And so this is the present moment that everybody talks about being in, this moment of stillness where there's nothing going on, this moment of stillness where everything in the world can be right, everything in the world can be in place, everything in the world is perfect. And of course, the thing that makes the world not perfect is your judgment system that we've been brought up with, that we've been bred to believe is true, that those people over there are bad and these people over here are good, that this way of thinking is bad and that way of thinking is good, this way of behaving is bad, this way of behaving is good, all of these judgments. So as soon as our left logical mind leaps in and it looks at something and it says bad, and it looks at something else and it says, good, and as soon as it steps in and gets involved in the process, we've lost our beautiful singular moment. And so this is the singular moment that I'm asking you to stay in. We find it during our meditation, we experience it during our meditation, and with a bit of luck, we can stick to it and we can find it from time to time. We can actually experience it and think, how did that feel? I'd like to be back there for a moment and just sit quietly and see if you can regather that and see how often you can regather it. See if you can regather it when you're driving, see if you can regather it when you're shopping, see if you can regather it when you're, sitting quietly out in the garden. Okay, so let everything gently slow down, slow down, slow down. Come to a lovely stop. Let's gather some chi, lift chi up. Let's pull the chi down through our bodies. Draw the chi deep into our bellies. Lift and gather. And gently pull. Lift and gather. And gently pull. Draw the chi down. Sink the chi deep into your belly. Let's do some simple forward and back bends. They're very easy. Just take the hands up in the air, stretch up, and gently lean back so the knees and the hips drift forward. You softly lean back, and then you stretch up. You gently lean back, and up, back, stretch up, back, and stretch up. We go forwards, so we just let the arms and ears, they're not pressed together, they're apart from each other. We just let the arms and ears coordinate as we bend over the nape of our neck. And then we bend into the upper back, then we bend into the middle back, then we bend into the lower back, Let the body hang down and relax. Okay, so imagine a line drawn between your toes. You just stretch gently down towards that line and let the whole of the body gently open up the back. Very good, and release. The next line we imagine is drawn between the roots of the toes where they come out of your foot. So imagine that line and just gently stretch down towards that line. And release. Imagine a line that's drawn between the insteps of the feet. Gently stretch towards that line. You can see we get deeper with each bend. And release. And the last line is drawn between your heels. Stretch back towards that line or go as deep as you wish to go. And then relax and release and let the body hang. Lift the tailbone up behind. We point the tailbone up into the blue sky and then swing the tailbone to the front of the body and start to assemble the spine vertebra by vertebra. Gently bring up the head and the arms and the ears and slowly stretch up, blue sky 𝐻𝐸. Let the knees and the hips drift forward. You can softly lean backwards and up, back and up, back and up, back. Stretch up into the blue sky. Okay, so arms and ears tip over. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Let the body hang down and relax. Back of the neck is soft and relaxed. Okay, tip gently down towards the toes. And release. In line with the roots of our toes. And release. In line with our insteps. And release. Back towards the heels. Okay, good. Let the body hang and relax. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push the tailbone to the front of the body. Slowly roll the spine up vertebra by vertebra. Gently come up. Stretch up, blue sky 𝐻𝐸. Knees and hips drift forward. You softly lean back and up, back, stretch up, back and up, back and stretch up. Okay, so see if you can do the next two with your legs locked straight. So you lock the knees back and then the head and the arms and the ears tip over, upper back, middle back, lower back, settle down gently. Keep the legs as straight as possible. Tuck in the tummy, relax the back of the neck. Okay, gently tip down towards the toes and just hold that for a moment as the back of the legs really open up. And then release. In line with the roots of our toes. And release. In line with our insteps. And release. And eventually back towards the heels. This deep bend. Let the body hang and relax. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push tailbone to the front. Roll the spine up and head, arms and ears come up. Stretch up, blue sky 𝐻𝐸. Okay. Knees and hips drift forward. You softly lean back and up, back, stretch up, back and up, back, and stretch up into the blue sky. Okay, last time. Legs nice and straight. Arms and ears are the first things to go over, just bending the neck. And then the upper back, and then the middle back, then the lower back. Allow the body to hang down and relax. We're extending softly down toward the toes and just holding there with the legs nice and straight. And release. In line with the roots of our toes and just hold and release. In line with our insteps, hold and release, and eventually back towards the heels. Good. Great, just let the body hang and relax. Lift the tailbone up behind, push the tailbone to the front of the body, roll the spine up vertebra by vertebra, bring up the head, arms and ears as one piece. Gently stretch up, blue sky 𝐻𝐸. Knees and hips drift forward, you softly lean back and up, back, stretch up, back and up, back, stretch up into the blue sky. Just draw the hands over the crown of the head, just gently pouring chi down. Release the hands down the sides of the body, let the hands relax gently down. We're going to gather chi, so just plant our hands deep in the earth, lift up a beautiful ball of chi, draw the ball up, and then gently pour the ball down. We're just focusing all of the chi deep inside the belly, and then let the hands relax. Chi pours naturally in the legs. Okay, so gathering this beautiful ball of chi up, and gently pouring it down. Once more. Okay, good. So let's just go for our side bends to finish off. Gently lift up the right hand, breathe in. As we breathe out, we arc over to the left hand side, opening the right side of the body. Gently breathe and lift up the right hand. When we exhale, we swap the hands over. Breathe and stretch up. Head across. Breathe and lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe and stretch up. Head across. Pointing left. Opening the right side of the body. Breathe and lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe and stretch up. And heading across. Breathe and lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe and stretch up. And head across. Breathe and lift up. Exhale, swap over. Stretch up and breathe in. And head across. Okay, good. As we breathe in, we lift up both hands. As we breathe out, we drift our hands down the side of the body. Hands go deep in the earth. Lift up. Pour chi down through the body. Focus everything deep into the belly. Twice more for that. Just lifting and gathering. Just bringing about the settling and calming in the body. Centering deep inside the belly. Pour the chi down through the body. Focusing everything into the very core of you. And then for the last time, well, you can keep going if you need to, if you're still feeling dizzy, but otherwise, if you feel okay, just take one more gather and we'll bring it down so we plant our hands on top of our bellies. And let one hand settle on top of the other hand, settle on top of the belly button. So the energy points 𝐽𝐞𝐥𝐟, which are in the center of your palm, one on top of the other, they rest directly on top of 𝐸𝐞𝐥𝐟, the acupuncture point at the belly button, which is directly over lower dantian, the lower energy field, deep inside your belly. And then it connects with the Ming Men gate on the small of your back. So all the way through, it's kind of like an axis of energy through the core of your body, right at the very center of your body. The center from the soles of the feet to the top of the head, the center from the left to the right. Oddly enough, not quite the center from front to back, because it's slightly set more deeply into the body. But it's very much the core of you. So we access Dr. Pang's 8 phrases, the ideas that Dr. Pang uses to bring us into this real chi state. So what does the chi state mean? It means you matching the frequency of the energy of nature. You joining into the information field of 𝐸𝐞𝐥𝐟 qigong. Okay? So nature chi, Hunyuan entirety chi, the chi of the universe, is a beautiful, very fine vibration, which is very hard for us humans to match. But we try and raise ourselves to this vibration to match that, to be at one with nature rather than at odds with nature. And the information layer of the universe, we're just trying to plug into the good information that we experience in the 𝐸𝐴 qigong chi field. So everybody in 𝐸𝐴 qigong tries to connect with the same idea, the same healing information, the same good information. And by doing so, you share your good information into the field as well. So we connect on these levels. And we do so using Dr. Pang's 8 phrases. So I'll sing you into the 8 phrases and then talk you through it. It goes like this. Ding tian li di, yun song yi qiang, hua jing ne jing, chen chong mao gu. Yin bo qi, shen zhou tai kong, shen yu zhao ti, jiu shen rong rong, jiu shen rong rong, jiu shen rong rong. Connect with your feet into the earth. Connect with your head into the blue sky. The implication is connecting beyond the earth, out into the universe, connecting above the blue sky out into the universe, the front, the left, the back, to the sides, out into the universe, connecting out in what Dr. Pang refers to as the 1,000 directions. Your whole body dissolves into the chi field, connects out into the chi field. And when we do this, it just lets our body start to relax. You can soften and relax your body. No need to be fighting the stance that we're in. You can sit down if you want. You can lie down if you want. No problem. Just find a comfortable way to be. And as the body relaxes, the mind can start to expand. The mind can sometimes feel very trapped inside the brain, but actually now we're allowed to let our mind wander through our body. Let our mind wander through our Wei Qi layer. Let our mind wander through our Qi bubble. Let our mind expand out into our Qi room. Very easy to let your mind gently expand. Problem is that thoughts intervene. Sometimes thoughts just pop up. You're thinking about nothing, then suddenly you find you're going through a shopping list. So we just gently brush those thoughts aside. Yeah, I can come back to that later. No need to bother about it now. Now I'm just being present. Now I'm just staying here in my body. Now I'm in lower dantian. Hands are on lower dantian, mind behind, deep inside lower dantian. We try and stay with that idea as much as we can. And when we stray away, we can come back to it. We can bring ourselves back. When we settle into this state, it's no longer clear what's outside and what's inside. So we bring about this deep inner quiet, which brings about total harmony. Allow no distracting thoughts. Push them gently aside. Check out through the whole of your body. How does your body feel today? Are there parts of your body that feel blocked, sore? Do you actually have pain? Blocked is an odd one. Sometimes pain is very obvious, or discomfort, some sort of, general numbness, or just a sort of a low level pain of some sort that's chronic. But sometimes when you scan through your body, it can just feel a bit blocked, a little bit. I use the English word stodgy, which is kind of like, I don't know, a bit kind of like packed, a bit kind of not kind of flowing, a bit like, yes, the image that the Taoists often use is a whirlpool. And this beautiful whirlpool is spinning round, but slowly the water gets less and less as the river upstream gets dammed, and eventually the whirlpool slows into a kind of sludgy kind of all these descriptive words, but it stops moving and it feels stuck and solid and muddy. Sometimes your body can feel like that as well. And so we look for these areas and we kind of use our mind just to cleanse. You can use your mind as a kind of like a lighthouse with this beautiful, beautiful light at the top. You can scan through your body and you can allow this beautiful light to pour into anywhere that feels like it's a bit of a dark corner that needs illuminating. Your mind gently expands. Your mind can open out into the chi field, out into nature, connecting with the nature around you, connecting with trees, birds, mountains, rivers, just connecting at a very natural level. All of this nature chi is very, very healing for us. That's why the Japanese have this beautiful nature bathing idea, because they understand that if you're just gently out in nature with your mind quiet, that you're absorbing healing from around you. So we connect in our minds with beautiful nature. It doesn't matter where or when. It could be a garden from your childhood. It could be a field or a farm that you know well. Or it might be the garden outside your house at this very moment. It might be a park that you love. You just feel that it's possible to connect out into nature. Letting down the barriers, letting down the fortress walls, and allowing yourself to gently dissolve out into nature chi. And of course, there's also this idea that we can bring nature chi back into our bodies. So your body responds really well to this process of letting down the barriers, opening the gates, opening the doors and windows, and allowing nature to flow in. We tend to keep ourselves very separate, locked in our hermetically sealed boxes. And now we're just relaxing into nature, becoming one with nature. And the body is already starting to absorb 𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐸𝐴𝐻 qi, this primordial healing qi of the universe. It's everywhere. And so it's like a rebalancing. Maybe you remember as a young person you studied osmosis in biology. And we find that if we put a container with a lot of salt water on one side and a container with no salt water on the other side, that all the salt water goes through and the two become equally salty. And so the area of high concentration moves to the area of low concentration. And that's osmosis. But you're experiencing osmosis with nature qi. You have kind of been this area of low concentration of qi. And just through the way we live our lives and through the way we behave and our thoughts and our belief systems, just kind of mean that we're not gathering as much qi as we possibly could. And now we open up the floodgates and we allow this healing qi to pour into our bodies. We allow ourselves to absorb this extraordinary energy, to fill our bodies with this incredible qi. So no longer limited by our daily normal practice. So my teacher calls people who don't practice Qigong, he says, the common people. And so common people are just normal people who don't practice. And common people don't have this idea of relaxing and allowing yourself. So it's quite uncommon to do Qigong, to bring Qi pouring into your body. So in your common life, you don't understand how this works. You just go about life using the little bit of energy you've got. But now in Qigong, we learn new tools to allow ourselves to absorb this vast energy from nature in a completely uncommon way. And we allow ourselves to have this healing qi pour deep inside our bodies. When we do this, we also use the idea of connecting as a class. We connect together directly. All the hundreds of people who do this on YouTube will end up connecting with us directly as well in the qi field. But then there are, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of class across the world today where you can connect with all of those people. It doesn't matter about time. It doesn't matter about space. Those are just constructs of the left logical side of our brain. We're letting the left side of the brain shut down and be quiet. So time and space have no value. So now we can connect with all of those people who will do this class, but we can connect with all of those people who do every class across time and space. That implies connecting with Dr. Pang in Beijing, connecting with all the teachers spread across the globe, and with all the millions and millions of students. The power of that idea. Connecting with nature qi and allowing it to pour into your body. Connecting with this vast repository of good information, allowing that to pour into your life. And now we'll do our Ming Jue meditation for the last time for this kind of run, as it were. And that allows us to connect even more profoundly into the fabric of the universe. And so in this lovely mind state, we can begin. We can begin to harmonize ourselves in the qi field. So that's the point of Dr. Pang's 8 phrases. Harmonize with qi. Feel yourself harmonizing with the nature qi around you, the blue sky qi above you, the earth qi below you. So we begin this idea of focusing deep inside 𝐸𝐴 Palace. Okay, so 𝐸𝐴 Palace, you would find that by going straight in through your third eye, between your eyebrows at the top of the nose, you would go straight into the center of the brain. When we're doing lift qi up and pour qi down, there's a knobble on the back of the skull that we press, which is called 𝐬𝐴𝐧𝐠. You press 𝐬𝐴𝐧𝐠, and that is directly opposite yin tang. So we have this front and back points, but also the temples on the side of the head. So if we triangulate all these lines, we can go in from the sides of the head at the temples, from the front and from the back, and where we meet is exactly in the middle of the brain. You'll find the pineal gland there, and very close to it, the pituitary. So these two tiny and not well understood parts of our system, they sit in what's called 𝐸𝐴 Palace. So 𝐸𝐴 Palace is the name given to the energy center, the sort of spiritual center, if you like, at the center of the brain. So the brain and the heart are all connected into one in Chinese thinking. So the spirit of the heart is called the Shen. And the Shen resides inside your heart, but the Shen also resides inside your head in 𝐸𝐴 Palace. So we can try and locate 𝐸𝐴 Palace. And the way we do that is by saying the words 𝐸𝐴. So when you say 𝐸𝐴, it's going to vibrate very gently in the center of your head. And so by saying 𝐸𝐴, you can start to feel where it vibrates inside the center of your brain. So the tone 𝐸𝐴 can help you to locate 𝐸𝐴 Palace as well. It's like calling the spirit of the brain. Wow. Gently breathe in. 𝐸𝐴. So Shen is this heart, mind, spirit. Shen is the emperor of all of the other spirits, if you like, inside the body. So Shen resides deep in the heart and resides deep in the brain. And when Shen is totally connected, your heart and mind are working in total unity, as we are when we move into this lovely qi state, then our life flows well. When we get this disconnection between heart and mind, we start to lose our balance. We lose our emotional balance. So you won't be surprised to find that the mind is considered to be very yang, very hot, very crazy, I suppose is fair enough. And the heart, yes, there's one other adjective to use when we think about yang. We think about male. Yin, the heart, is very female. And so we're supposed to have this perfect balance of the yin, female heart, and the yang, male head. And you won't be surprised to find that the yang, male head, doesn't listen to the yin, female heart very well. Oh dear. Anyway, so what we're trying to do is to reintegrate this balance into our lives. So we can work with connecting with Shenji Palace. When we go deep inside and we find the Shen, we're starting to calm and relax the yang portion of this partnership. So we say, Shenji, Shen is the spirit, Ji is the palace. So we call out for the spirit palace to kind of find it and awaken it in the center of our brains. So take a gentle breath in and say, Shenji, breathing in. Shenji. So you have two voices. One is a body voice, one is a head voice. You can go deep, Shenji, but it doesn't really feel like you're calling something in the head. So you lift your voice up. Shenji. Two more. Just go silent for a moment and search for that tone deep in the center of your brain. Where is the point that it's been vibrating from or even vibrating to? It doesn't really matter how you visualize it. It's just the part that's being stimulated by this tone. So you probably noticed that when I was doing Shenji, I was working my way to find the right note that felt right. So I moved up a couple of notes and suddenly found one that felt better. No idea what we finally came up with. I know that C is very much about the spleen. And I think maybe the heart, I really don't remember. Maybe it's a G or an F. Can't remember. But you will find a note that works well for you. And if you're not someone who's musical, don't worry about it. Whatever noise your voice box is making is the right noise for you. You just have to find something that you feel settled with, something you feel comfortable with. So perhaps, when we stand here, we can either have our arms holding a ball of chi in front of the belly. That's a very traditional stance. Sometimes you might even fancy holding your hands in front of your heart. Sometimes you might actually want to put your hands on your heart. They could stay on your belly. They could just rest down by your sides. As I say, you could sit down or lie down. There's no correct posture for this. So find something that feels right for you. And I was just thinking, my hands on my heart seem to feel quite nice. So Shenji, calling this center in the center of your brain. Let's do it a couple more times. Shenji. Relax the center of your brain. Shenji. Try to relax your consciousness. Shenji. Now you can say 𝐸𝐴𝐺 more silently. I'll keep saying it loud, but you can let it become much more quiet and eventually go completely silent in the center of your brain. Breathe in. 𝐸𝐴𝐺. You can work your way into silence. We'll say about another 5 times. 𝐸𝐴𝐺. Relaxing consciousness in the center of your brain. 𝐸𝐴𝐺. One more time, totally silent, but thinking 𝐸𝐴𝐺. Allow yourself to merge with the universe. So we gently open. Imagine you could open your head. Sometimes I have an image like one of these wonderful huge telescopes that you see that look at the stars, and they have these wonderful domes that open up. It's a very male thing, isn't it? I have to have some sort of mechanical device opening my brain, but why not let your brain open like a lotus flower, gently, with the leaves opening, and then allow your consciousness to move out into our universe. Perhaps you want to journey from our Earth across our solar system, out into the vastness of the Milky Way, and out beyond into the universe. Allow your mind to become one with all there is. Dissolve your mind out into the universe. Merge your mind with the universe. Now imagine it's possible to draw the entirety of the universe back into your own personal universe in your head. So we draw back from the vastness of the universe and we find our way back to the Milky Way and eventually to our solar system and eventually back to our beautiful planet and eventually back to our workspace and eventually back deep inside the center of our brain. There is no difference between the vastness of the universe and the vastness of your brain. The vastness of your brain and the vast open expanses of our universe. They are as one. Just observe this universe inside your head. Observe your head and your neck. Allow this extraordinary idea of the universe to penetrate through your head and your neck. Gently observe your shoulders down to your arms, to your fingertips. Gently observe from the head to the tailbone, the whole of your spine. Illuminating the ribs, illuminating the upper torso, the middle and the lower torso, illuminating down into your hips and your pelvis, pouring down into your thighs and your knees, into your calves, your ankles, Achilles, into your feet, to the tips of your toes, the skin underneath your feet and up the back and over the top and down the front and sides of your body, your 𝐬𝐤𝐥𝐟, your chi body, everything dissolved in chi, everything as part of the universe. Feel this pure awareness of the universe throughout the whole of your body. The pure awareness of the universe throughout the whole of your body. You are one with all there is. We can really refine our inner space. We can make our inner space so much more pure. And we do that by saying the tone shu. In pinyin, it's XU, but it sounds like shu, like a shoe on your foot. SHU, recurring. So try saying shu gently inside your body and feel it vibrate. Take a breath in. Shu. Allow the idea of shu to resonate through your body. Say shu. Shu. The inner space of your body merges much more perfectly with the universal chi when we say shu. Say shu. Shu. Merge into the universe. Inner space chi becomes finer and finer. Say shu. Shu. As we gently say shu, our inner space chi becomes as fine as the infinite universal qi. Say shu. You can start to say shu more quietly. Over the next 2 or 3 breaths, you can go from vocalizing into silently saying shu inside your head. So become silent. I'll keep going with the tone, but you can become silent. Say shu more silently. Deep inside becomes more and more refined. Say shu. Universe Qi is infinite and pure. Say shu. Silent inside, quietly reciting shu without sound. Say shu. Relax into the infinity of the universe. Say shu in silence. Shu. See yourself as total consciousness. Say shu. Now just search for this moment before shu arises, like the wave building. Shu. Like a build-up of static electricity in the clouds before finally the lightning strikes and the thunder claps. We have this tension in the air, building up till eventually nature can wait no longer and it delivers the lightning strike and the boom of the thunder. So we gently wait for the build-up of shu. Shu. So you don't have to synchronize with me. Just bring that feeling about inside yourself. and say Shu when you're ready in silence, feeling for the wave building. Feel the intention before we say Shu. When we start to identify this moment, this present perfect moment, before Shu is stated, send that moment through the whole of your body. Allow the whole of your body to experience this perfect present moment. Shu. Merge with the universe. Shu. Shu. Make your whole body merge and clear and pure with the universe with the word Shu. Heal your body with this perfect moment before Shu. Shu acts as a reset. We can hold ourselves in this beautiful universal place. And then Shu refines everything and resets and allows us to return back and allows the wave to build up. We can take this, excuse me, we can take this pure, perfect moment and transmit it as if you were a beacon radiating out this perfect, pure moment. Radiate it out to someone, maybe somewhere or something, but if there's someone you particularly want to help in some way, you don't have to need to know how they need helping. All you do is you share this beautiful moment of stillness with them, across time, across space. Shu clarifies everything. Just say Shu a couple of more times. Shu. Refining and resetting, letting the wave build. Bathing yourself and somebody else in this perfect universal chi. We'll say Shu is a reset for the last time. Breathe in. Shu. Feel this present moment gently building. One last time. Find the centeredness and the stillness between these shu tones. Try to keep this state. Try to keep healing flowing in your body. Try to keep sending healing to yourself, sending healing, emitting this healing frequency out to your friends and family. Try to stay with that idea. So it's time to bring ourselves back to ourselves. Perhaps we can just gather some chi. Take the hands backwards, past your hips, out into a big circle. Gather the hands forwards and bring a beautiful ball of chi deep inside your belly. We can do that again. You just sweep the hands back past your hips, out to the sides, out in a great wide arc to the front. Gather this beautiful ball of chi and draw it deep inside your belly. Lower dantian chi is abundant. Blood and chi flowing well. All functions in perfect working order. Keep this shu state all day. If you're standing, you can bring your feet together. We're just going to make some circles around the belly button. So we circle anti-clockwise 3 times. This kind of brings us back into our physicality, brings us back into our body. We can take the circle around 3 times in the opposite direction. Just brings us back into this time and space. So now we just leave the hands on the belly button. As we stand here, behind the hands, we imagine the lower dantian filled with chi, a great ball of energy deep inside the belly. We can move that up the spine and bring it up into the brain. Imagine illuminating your brain with chi. Illuminate the whole of your neck and your thyroid, into your shoulders, down to your fingertips. Imagine the whole of your spine down to your tailbone, and then your ribs like a chi hug, the upper torso with your lungs and heart, the middle torso with your spleen, pancreas, liver, kidneys, lower torso, the sexual organs, the excretory organs, and then of course our hips and our pelvis and our tailbone. Fill them with chi. Fill your hip joints with chi, into your thighs. Fill your thighs with chi, down into your knees. Illuminate your knees inside. Fill them with chi, to your calves, down into your ankles, to your Achilles, to your feet. Illuminate your feet with chi. The skin on the soles of the feet, up the back of the body, over the top of the head, down the front and sides of the body. This wonderful skin envelope, this wonderful skin shield that contains us. Just think of your skin being perfect, beautiful, glowing, and healthy. And then below the feet, up the back of the body, over the top and down the sides and front, we have our Wei Qi layer, this incredible glowing layer of Qi around the body that keeps us safe, keeps us protected. And then finally, way below, way behind, to the left, right, up and above and front, we have the Qi bubble, the Qi body it's called. And your Qi body is like a vast bubble of Qi that contains you. It contains you, but it also connects you to the outside world. It connects you appropriately to the outside world. So see yourself as a being of light inside these wonderful shields of energy. See every cell in your body working well. See every function of your body working well. The whole of your body healthy. Every time you practice in this way, you take another step towards health. Try and practice every day to keep the momentum going. Blood and chi flow well through your body. An abundance of energy deep inside your body. Your body is returning to healthy ways. All functions of your body are healthy. All functions healthy. Put a big smile on your face. Slowly open up your eyes. And then we release hands if they're not down already. And we can kick out the legs if you want. We can stretch the back if you need to. If you're bending, just do so very, very carefully and very, very slowly. And come up even more carefully and slowly. Because if you rush up, you can sometimes make yourself feel terribly dizzy. So we stretch out in whatever way seems appropriate. Kick out, shake out. And then when we're ready, we say 𝐬𝐴 together. So 𝐬𝐴 means good already. Everything is sorted. Everything is fixed. So you put your hands up in the air and we count 1, 2 and say 𝐬𝐴. Don't unmute yourselves. I'll know that you're joining in. 1, 2, 𝐬𝐴. 1, 2, 𝐬𝐴. 1, 2, 𝐬𝐴. Oh, lovely. And then we have a little salute for each other. So we bring the right hand up and the left hand down, and we pull the fingertips together, put the thumbs on the end. Thank you so much for being here. It's been really lovely to see you. This goes up on YouTube in a couple of days' time. When you see it on my socials and on our feed, please pass it around to your friends to share. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Bye then.